Alright, so welcome to our info session today. We're really glad that you guys are interested in this project because it's a great program and we're just excited that more of you can be a part of it. I'll start by introducing us. So I'm Jenny. I volunteered for the program 2 summers ago and I'm the chair of Operation D.
And I'm Amy, and I participated in SCP last year during the summer, and I am Operation D's project director for this year.
We also have Jay today. She would introduce you.
Yeah, I went on the trip last year.
Okay, so what we want to cover today is basic program details, so you guys know what the program is all about and what you can expect, and hopefully that will help you decide whether you want to apply or not. And if you do, then we're going to go over the application process and everything you need to know for how to apply to this program. So just out of curiosity, especially since we have a small group today, how many of you have actually gone onto our website and taken a look at the information packet that you can download there? Okay, so a couple. That's good. So you know some of the basics about the program, but we're going to cover all of that today also. So if you didn't look through it yet, that's totally fine. And we're also just going to add a little bit more of our personal perspectives, just so you guys get a better feel of what the program's really like. We're going to post this PowerPoint on our website, and as I mentioned before, we also have the video going, so don't worry about taking notes or anything. Some people were taking notes yesterday, so I just thought I'd make that comment. So to jump right in, I just want to talk about the 2 organizations that are working to organize this program, and also cover some acronyms that we'll probably be using today. So for those of you who aren't too familiar with Operation D, we're a student-run organization that's Cornell-based, founded in Cornell in 2005. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about Operation D, just if you guys are interested in the organization itself later in the presentation. But for now, what you need to know is that we have an annual teaching and training program where we bring Cornell students like yourselves to teach in rural China. And this has occurred in different locations in different schools. And this year will be the 3rd time that we work with Machik, an NGO based in DC, on their summer enrichment program. So they have a running program that we are going to be participating in. So we won't be the only volunteers there, but we're going to form a big chunk of the group. Just a little bit more on Machik. They're an NGO, like I mentioned. Their mission is to strengthen communities on the Tibetan Plateau. So a lot of the work that they do is education. Operation D focuses on just education. Machik does education, also conservation, social entrepreneurship, and a lot of other types of initiatives. And they primarily focus on the Tibetan Plateau. It was founded by 2 sisters from Tibet. They're very passionate about what they do, named Losong and Tashi, and they will probably be at the summer program also. So you guys will probably be working with them. Right, to give a quick overview of this program, we'll go into all of these things in more detail, but just to do a quick overview first. The program is a Machik Summer Enrichment Program, like I just mentioned, and it's taking place in the city of Chengdu in the province of Sichuan. So we'll show you where that is in just a minute. The dates are going to be July 19th to August 19th, and we'll have about 20 volunteers, 5 from Cornell, and then 15 will be coordinators from Machik and volunteers from other schools and other places. And the students will be, there will be about 100 of them from all over the Tibetan Plateau and Tibet. And just to put it out there, you don't need to know Tibetan or Mandarin to be able to teach. And teaching experience is helpful, but it's definitely not required either. Alright, so I want to show a video, hopefully it's loaded, that Jade put together. And just to give you guys a better feel of what it's like, there's a lot of pictures. Do you guys hear? see, the program is a lot of fun, lots of different kinds of activities going on. So it's not just classes like English, but we have a lot of activities. It's really an enrichment program. Okay, now I want to just go over the goals of the program so you guys know what we're really trying to accomplish with this. Basically, the program is about empowerment of the students. A lot of them come from rural villages where they don't get to have music, art, and all these types of experiences. So we try to provide this type of education and these different experiences to just sort of let them see what's out there and try new things that they've never done before. It's also to promote cross-cultural exchange. So on both sides, students will learn a lot about you guys and your cultures, and also vice versa. They'll learn a lot about Tibetan culture. And also, we want you guys to have a great experience also. And based off of the past 2 summers, every volunteer has come back just thinking, wow, that was really an amazing experience. So we want to continue that and make sure that everyone's who is going is having a really great time. Like I mentioned before, the program dates are July 19th to August 19th, roughly 5 weeks. You do have to be there the entire time, so there's not really much we can do to accommodate you if you have to arrive late or leave early. July 19th is the beginning of a 3-day orientation where you'll arrive in Chengdu, and that's where the Michik office in China is located. And you'll go through a little orientation where you get acclimated with the area, meet all the other volunteers, start preparing for the arrival of the students. The reason the program dates are tentative is because it may change by a day or 2, but pretty soon it'll be set, and it's just tentative in case it moves by a day or 2, but pretty much those are going to be the dates.
Just a little bit more about the location of the program. So as Jenny said, it takes place in Chengdu, which is located in Sichuan province in China. It's in the red right there. And Chengdu has a population size of about 10 million people, so it's one of the largest cities in China, which makes it really convenient for a lot of purposes because there are markets around where you can eat, and if you have supplies that you're lacking, you can also go out and buy those supplies there. It's also where the Michik office in China is located, so in many ways it is the optimal place to be for the program.
The reason it's held in a city is because all the students will come from all different villages and all different places, and all just sort of meet in this one city.
And the classes will be held at a local school in China. And when we went there, actually, we had to set up the classes so that we could teach in them. So expect some cleaning when you get there. So although the program does take place in Chengdu, you have the option of traveling to the Tibetan Plateau and going to Chumba for about a week, and it takes about 2 days of bus trips to get there. It is not funded by Michik, and also it is where most of the students who take participation in the SAP program come from. So it's kind of cool to get to know your students and go to their hometowns and really see where they're coming from and what they've been talking about.
And based on my experience, this was definitely a highlight to be able to go. It's
Sorry, when would that occur?
The volunteers can go in small groups and you rotate. So every week a different group will go. That way there's still people running the program in Chengdu. And the timing of it is it takes about 2 days by bus to get there. And you're going up the mountains the whole time, and it's really beautiful. And then you spend about 3 days in the village. So you stay at the school, the Chumba primary and middle schools, pictured there. And spend 3 days there, sort of get to spend time with the students who are there and people at the school and in the village, and then it's 2 days back where you'll resume the program.
But it's optional, so if you don't feel like maybe your students, and I actually actually didn't go on the Chumbai trip this year, but Jay did. And so you really have the option. It's not a requirement. Yeah, so the Chumba Primary and Middle School. So this is really where the heart of Achieve lies. And so the Chumba Primary School was the first school in Chumba actually. It opened in 2002. And the Chumba Middle School opened in 2008. There are about 600 students total in these schools.
And so it's really just a good chance to see some of the work that Machika's done because they focus a lot of their work in the village of Chumba and they're the ones that established these schools. So it's great to see how much work that they've done in this village.
So when we went on the trip, you had the option of teaching either English or science, and you were given like one elective class that you could teach. And you have the preference of choosing like which level you want to teach at. Like I taught science, and I can't speak Chinese or Tibetan, so they gave me like the highest English level class or highest science level class. So it was a little bit easier for me to communicate with the students. And you're paired with one other person. Typically, it would be someone who is better at the language if you can't